This video contains the full solve for mini hunt number 4, which was completed on July 2nd, 2020 for a prize of $150. The hunt lasted for just over 2 months, and the winner was Elise the cat. Mini hunt number 5 will be released on August 1st, 2020 for a prize of $50. If you would like to be eligible to win the mini hunts, head over to patreon.com/digitalburiedtreasure and become a supporter. Let's get into the solution. Similar to the previous hunt, this puzzle was initiated by 2 images, one which is a grid of letters and the other which is a grid of the same size but with some cells filled in such a way that it spells the word life and the number 10. The significance of the number 10 in this puzzle ties into the main Digital Buried Treasure number 1 hunt, which was solved during the course of this mini hunt and also heavily featured the number 10. I suspect that many people first approached this puzzle like a word search. If you search for words hidden on the grid, you can find the words knots, cellular, game, finite, and Princeton. Obviously, we already also have the word life as well. I know there were other words that could be found, but they were only byproducts of coincidence during the filling in of the grid. If you use the internet to search these terms and find a correlation between them, you can find that they all relate specifically to the life and work of the late mathematician John Conway, who notably created the cellular automation known as the game of life. You can verify this finding by going to row 10 of the grid and shifting the first 10 characters, each by 10 placements, to reveal the name John Conway. In addition to this, the grids provided are 19 by 19, the same dimensions as the grid for the game Go, which is also related to Conway's work. I also encrypted a couple other hints in this grid that related to the main hunt. If you do a Caesar shift at the beginning of row 1, there's the phrase red herring. Not only was this intended to be somewhat of a joke, but if you decrypt the second line as well, you'd see the word flower. Both of these phrases ended up relating specifically to the search for the second key in the main hunt. Back to the game of life now. Conway invented the game of life in 1970. It's a 0-player game, not actually something that you play per se, but more of a simulation. I referenced this fact in the first hint for this puzzle when I said to play this game you need no friend. You start with a grid of cells, each of which can be either on or off. Then, in each step of the simulation, a set of rules determines whether living cells die or dead cells come to life, based on how many living neighbors that cell has. You can read the rules more fully online. It's really fascinating and has interesting applications in mathematics and computer science. However, you don't have to have a firm grasp of how the simulation actually works to recreate the initial state in a simulator. The initial state is the text that spells life 10, where those cells are living. If you run this simulation to the 10th state, as the number 10 implies to do, then you're on the right track. Now you have a pattern that you can overlay onto the original grid of letters. If you take that pattern and shift it all 1 cell to the left, you receive a clue which reads Hi Deo and Area Eker, a tale of Mesopotamian deist Jots. As I revealed in the second clue for this hunt, this riddle yields a keyword. The main ideas to take from the clue were that you're looking for something related to a Mesopotamian deity, specifically related to the area of Eker. Do a Google search and you'll find the god Enlil, who is associated with wind, air, earth, and storms. Enlil is the answer to this riddle. Now, as I said in the first hint for this puzzle, you must look at the start, but not the end. Return to the initial state of the game, which again reads as life 10. Superimposing this starting state onto the grid of letters and organizing those letters from left to right, top to bottom, apply enlil as a keyword, and note that enlil will reduce to ENLI when doing a keyword Caesar shift because you don't normally use repeated letters. Now finally, the solution is revealed. The fear of danger is more terrifying than danger itself. This has two meanings that ended up relating back to the main hunt, digital buried treasure number 1. The foremost is that it is a slightly altered version of a quote from Robinson Crusoe, which is about a shipwreck. This is a nod to the fact that key number 2 in the main hunt related to a shipwreck as well. There's also a Harry Potter reference, as in the third Harry Potter, Professor Lupin says to Harry that the thing Harry fears most is fear itself. As many of you know, the first Harry Potter book was used in a cipher puzzle for that hunt. Thank you for participating in mini hunt number 4. The next mini hunt will be released on August 1st, 2020. Like I said before, if you'd like to join in, become a supporter over on Patreon. Link is in the description, and as always, good luck.